they've handled it really well, and I'm really excited to see Nicole May perform tonight.
Here's the highest scoring freshman, Cassidy Pickering, who rips the first one foul. Here's what the defense looks like as the gray team hits over at third. Oh, this is a fun infield. Alyssa Brito is over at third. Tiari Jennings at short. Q Lilio at second. As the 0-1 pitch is a little bit low, 1 ball and 1 strike. At first base, that's Ella Parker. Maya Bland out in right, Riley Boone in center, and Hannah Corin left. Maybe one of the more athletic outfields you can have with Jada Coleman out tonight. There's one at the backstop. Right off the glove of Riley Ludlam. That's Riley behind home plate. It is. Well, it better be because Kinsey Hansen's on deck. That would be somewhat problematic. A 2-1 count for the lefty Pickering. Nasty off speed, 2-2. I think one of my favorite things to do, Destiny, is watch how the Sooners defend their hitters. In other words, watching the shift where they're giving Pickering right center field. And she hits it past the freshman Parker at first base into right field, and there's a leadoff single. Freshman, past a freshman, to a freshman making the play in right. And there's one on.
That was a really good piece of hitting from Cassidy Pickering, just really battling some pitches off, getting a pitch that she can work with. That pitch was a little up and in, but finding space for her hands to get the barrel to the ball and find a gap. Really good piece of hitting for the freshman.
Well, here's the battle at the top. It starts here. Kinsey Hansen, 543 points, leads the battle series. Takes a strike. Good pitch. Patty Gasso stands in the third base coach's box, bundled up on this chilly night. There was a point this afternoon here in Norman where I didn't know if we were going to be able to play. It's the 0-1 pitch. Misses out. It was cold and it was rainy, but Coach Gasso and Mother Nature made an agreement to let us get this in.
She tends to make a lot of those agreements.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to K9. I like that pitch. Missed a little bit in.
It's a good pitch. I like how she kind of kept her eyes on that outside corner and brought it back in.
I'm going to do a better job tonight than I did a couple weeks ago of keeping tabs on all the defensive moves that we have. Here's the 2-1. Right side base hit. Pickering round second on her way to third. Good throw to keep Hansen at first, and look at the great team threatening. First and third, nobody out. Here's Alina Torres.
Great battle by Hansen, seeing that ball on that outside corner, just making sure it traveled deep enough in the zone to get that through that 4-3 gap. And great play by Maya Bland in right field, just making sure she's able to hit her cutoff and prevent Kinsey from getting a double on that.
So Kinsey adds to her point total. A hard hit with the execution of moving over a runner, hitting it to the right side. That's a 14-point base hit. There's a ball up. Boy, I was thinking about this. I'm so competitive. I might try to steal a base just for the heck of it, right?
I think we may see a first and third play here. I think it'd be a good opportunity for Ludlam to really take control behind the plate.
Good point. There goes Hansen. It's a beautifully placed squeeze bunt. No play anywhere. 1-zip. The great team scores as Alina Torres lays down a beauty in absolute no man's land. Watch this.
A perfectly executed bunt. That's exactly what you want to see when you have a runner at third base coming in. You've got to pull the catcher's eyes away from the plate. And that's a play that Nicole May, it's going to be tough to make.
So it's far enough out where it's not the catcher's responsibility, right?
Perfectly executed. Great placement by Alina Torres, just doing her job. You've got to keep that ball in no man's land.
We'll talk a lot tonight whenever we're giving these point totals, and just to kind of give you an idea, if you're kind of trying to keep track of the final battle series scoring at home. That's back-to-back at-bats where you get the extra points for execution. So that was a 14-point at-bat for Kinsey Hansen for a hard hit and execution. That's a 14-point at-bat as well for Alina Torres for the execution and the RBI. There's a quick rundown of just understanding kind of the explanation when we talk about hard hits and seeds and tanks. Here's Avery Hodge. See if she might be looking to lay one down too. She pulls it back and takes the ball low.
Ooh.
You like that pitch?
I do. Well, I like the pitch, and I like how she's drawing the defense in, really forcing them to have to make a play, because you're going to have Kinsey beat Tiare to third base.
You can see Tiare Jennings shaded towards that third base bag, chopped right to Brito. Lilio makes the play at second, but that's the only play with a speedy Hodge. So first and third now, one away, and back to the top of the lineup in Cassidy Pickering here. One run already in for the great team, first and third here with one out.
Another good opportunity for a first and third play. Good chance for the freshman to really execute.
Now we're ready. Pickering digs in. First pitch, Cassidy waits. Good spot right on that outside edge for strike one. Yes. We have all of our stats. We have all of our numbers. We have all our velocities. Thank you, JT. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ooh, that just missed on the outer edge. 66 miles an hour. Another squeeze maybe here?
I would like to see Cassidy execute that. Yes, I would like that. But I think we're going to try to work something through the middle.
Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Double steal. Not on. Lilio, though, will run down Hodge. Caught between first and second. Good job by Jennings to look the runner back at third. And what a job by Hodge to get back to first. Now comes the coaching moment.
Yes.
The shot of Patty Gasso, who's talking at third right now, kind of making sure that in the future, Alina Torres had taken over running at third for Kinsey Hansen, who's on base, and making sure that, hey, Alina, when you're in these situations, this is when you would break, this is what you would look for. I don't know if anyone's in the wrong there, but heck of a play by Jennings, and then good speed by Hodge just to get all the way back.
Yeah, I would say with Avery being able to keep the ball on that side of the field for that long, Alina has a good opportunity to take advantage of trying to score in that moment. I think Coach Gasso would have liked to see, hey, once their arm is up and they're kind of waving that throw back to first base, you can break. But again, Avery Hodge doing a really good job staying in that.
That's ripped right at Lilio. The throw to first, just back in time. I mean, that ball was smoked, but Lilio makes a nice play at second, and there is two away. Pickering will now swap out with Hodge. Avery moves to third to replace Alina Torres, who's on deck. Here's Kinsey Hansen. They're going to give that a seed. 72 miles an hour. Anything over 70 is a seed. She gets 3 points for that.
Yeah, that was a shot. And I want to talk about Avery's base running over just the last minute here. She's done such a great job.
First pitch is low and in for Hansen. Ball one. She singled and was, well, that's technically her over at third right now.
Yeah. She's very heads up, alert, aggressive. She's done a really good job on the base pass.
Hansen asks for time, gets it. That was a 14-point at bat for Hansen in the earlier stanza of this inning. The 1-0. It's a good pitch, just misses. 66 miles an hour. You want to talk about consistency. I've been watching the velocity and the spin rate. The velocity in the last two pitches, 66.4 miles an hour and 66.5. The 2-0 is bounced foul. That was 66.9.
Yeah, the consistency is important, but I also love that she's moving the ball really well. I feel like she's placing it on both corners of the plate, not leaving too much over the plate, but she's doing a really good job with having control.
2 balls and a strike. Great team out to an early 1-0 lead. The pitch, rip. What a play at third by Brito. Throws across. Oh no, Parker couldn't stay on the bag. A sensational play. An absolute gem by Brito, but the throw just pulled Parker off the bag.
I mean, great footwork, just everything about that play. When that ball is taking you the opposite direction, you're able to keep that momentum and turn your body around and make a pretty good throw. Brito is so athletic, just slightly pulled Parker off of first base.
Here's Torres. Checked her swing. Strike one. How about Kinsey Hansen driving herself in essentially there? Torres laid down the squeeze bunt. Got an RBI. Takes the 0-1 low off to third. The runner is safe. As the ball gets away, Pickering's going to score. The throw from Ludlam short-hopped Brito over third. Boy, that was one heck of a jump by Pickering.
Yeah, great base running. The way she identified that it was loose, got right back up on her feet.
An explosive start for the Gray team. They're up 3-0. Looking to add more, but there's a good pitch for strike two. The base running this inning. Been impressive.
Now my scoring may be off, but she scored for Avery.
That's right.
Correct. Okay.
That's correct.
Cassidy was in there for okay.
1-2 is popped back towards us and out of play. We owe you a weather update. Our producer Jared Thomas said we'll get it after the next routine out. Nothing has been routine about these last few outs, unfortunately. It's been amazing. Here's the 1-2 pitch from May. Low, off to second goes Hansen. Did they get her? Oh, they did. On a beautiful tag from Lilio to end the inning. Now, if we had a replay, I might challenge. It's wild to think she's entering her senior season. She'll square off against Kelly Maxwell. Destiny, pretty impressive performance last week from Kelly Maxwell. Looks like she's really starting to find her groove under Jen Rocha.
Yeah, I think she's fit right in. I think, she brings a lot of experience to this team, and she's a great pitcher. She always has been. But I think with Coach Rocha, she's going to excel a lot, and we got to see some of that last week. But I love her composure. I love every demeanor. Everything about her has been really exciting to watch.
First pitch to Jennings, up high, ball one. So here is what it looks like defensively. Parker stays in over at first. Avery Hodge is checked in at second. With Brito at short, Torres at third. The battery of Maxwell and Hansen, as it's a 2-0 count now. Core in center, Pickering in left, and Riley Boone out and right. No, that's not Riley Boone, excuse me. There's one pop to right field and back to get it. Circling under and making the catch.
Is that Lilio?
It's Q Lilio out in right field. It's really hard to tell someone who throws right-handed from someone who throws left-handed. So I wanted to call myself out before you guys did on social media. One away for Riley Ludlam. So Q in right, Core in center, Pickering out left. We'll say 2 of the freshmen added back into the rotation tonight. We won't see pitchers playing in the outfield. Ludlam takes strike 1.
Good pitch. Lots of movement from Kelly Maxwell.
Gray, white, and crimson are our team names tonight. And they've done a good job of making it easy for those of us here to figure out. You know how? One team's wearing gray shirts, one team. They've got to
Well, we've got crimson, gray, and white.
Yeah, they got to simplify things. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ludlam had a big cut. Strike 2. And the Sooners lost Haley Lee to graduation and 2 catchers in the portal. Riley Ludlam was one of the first names to pop into the mind of Patty Gasso as that one's foul. She's got a chance to make an impact, provide a little depth. I mean, listen, Kinsey Hansen's going to be your everyday catcher, but Canine's battled a few injuries.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing is that Riley came in with no fear. I mean, as a senior, that's a big decision to make.
Ooh, Kelly Maxwell, unfair, 2 away. Now a lefty on lefty matchup as Riley Boone takes her time getting to the plate. You know, that's a really good point on Ludlam, right? She could have gone about anywhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily at a place that's going to be competing for national championships, but she could have gone just about anywhere else and played. Boone shows a bunt, pulls it back. Or let me rephrase that. Not a place like Oklahoma that's won 3 straight national championships, but she comes into a situation where you have an entrenched catcher, but you hit the ball, you're going to find your way in this lineup.
Yeah, you definitely will. And I like that she made that decision. That shows no fear to me.
Yep.
You know, she comes in and, yeah, I'm a senior too, and I know Kinsey Hansen has kind of gotten her spot figured out on this roster, but I'm not afraid. I can come in and make it work.
2 balls and no strikes here to Riley Boone. Hard hit, right side, bobbled by Hodge. Got to be quick, got her. Quick 1-2-3 inning. Avery Hodge didn't panic, stayed with it. And the white team goes in order. As we stay in the first, Team 3. The Crimson team heads to the plate, down 3 runs. Maxwell, whom you just saw set up and set down the white team's lineup, 3 up, 3 down. And Riley Ludlam running for depth behind the plate. She finds herself out at first base. It's the first pitch to Alyssa Brito is a strike. Nicole May back out to work. Interesting. Thought it might be a situation where now May's gonna get something from the Sooner dugout. Oh, to be able to see and hear the call. There we go. No balls and a strike. Pitch. A little bit out. Boy, Brito's had a nice battle series, hasn't she?
She has been so fun to watch.
Absolutely. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Shallow to center. Pickering has it pop off her glove. Off to second. Brito beat the tag. Brito never stopped running and slides in headfirst, safe at second base.
It's a really great piece of hitting. I would have loved to see Pickering really take charge on that fly ball. I think she kind of came in with the fear of maybe hitting Hodge. She kind of turned her head last minute, but great piece of hitting by Brito and aggressive base running to stretch a double on that.
Here is Ella Parker. This is, in person, my first chance to see Ella Parker. And she takes a strike from Nicole May. There's royalty up in the broadcast booth right now, isn't there?
Sure is. Kaylani Ricketts, Jessica Schultz.
And kids. Lots of kids
Brittany
running around.
Williams.
I love it. Swing and a miss. Beat up. I told our Destiny said our first question whenever Brittany joins us is to ask her how many times she's fallen on this field.
Beat up. We have a couple questions for you.
No balls and 2 strikes. Parker waits the pitch. A foul. Might be worth mentioning that Sid Sanders has been a little dinged up, so we haven't seen her in fall ball. But she'll be ready for the start of the season for everything and from everything we've been told. Excited to see the Arizona State transfer in year number 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Parker. She hit that one hard, deep to left center field. And she's back and making the catch is Bland. Tagging it off to third is Brito. So a deep fly out for Parker, and here's arguably Destiny, the hardest hitting Sooner in Hannah Core. Hit 2 home runs last week. Tied for the highest scoring individual in a Battle Series game with Brito. Now she's got a chance to drive in a run. They did rule Brito's hit a double as the first pitch misses up, ball 1. Core currently sits at second behind Kinsey Hansen, who had a monster first inning going but then lost 10 points when she was thrown out stealing. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Are these updating for us in real time, the scoreboard, or no?
I thought they were for a second, but maybe. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they are. Good.
Yeah.
581 for Hansen, 536 for Core. I too.
Great pitch.
The great team struck first with a 3-run first. Kind of highlighted by the beautiful squeeze bunt from Alina Torres. A 3-up, 3-down inning for the white team. Now the Crimson team trying to get a run. 2 balls and 2 strikes, though, to Hannah Core. Set that defensive lineup after this 2-2 pitch. Core waits. May. Popped foul. K9, Kinsey Hansen stayed in behind the plate. Riley Ludlam, first time I've seen her over at first. That's me. That doesn't mean she hasn't been there. Tiare Jennings at second. Avery Hodge moves over to short with Alina Torres at third. Bland out and left. Maya Bland. Pickering in center and Boone out and right. Pop foul.
It's a really good battle with Hannah Core. Just being very decisive and fouling off some stuff that could be borderline with 2 strikes.
I want a new softball. Get it. Well, it is cold. That temperature didn't mess around when it dropped, but not a lot of wind here tonight. The flags in center field are at rest, so maybe a little bit more bearable than we first anticipated. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As soon as I say that, the wind starts to pick up a bit. Go figure. Full count.
I like that pitch. Trying to get her to chase. Up and out.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Full count here. The pitch to Core. Is there a play to be made for Hansen? No. The runner at third is Brito. She led this inning off with a double after Cassidy Pickering tried to make a diving play. Core stays alive.
Really good at bat for Core.
Quincy Lilio waits on deck. While this weather is like it is tonight, gentle reminder to check the Big 12 Twitter feed and OU softball that we got the conference opponents. We have 10 teams playing softball in the Big 12 this year, Destiny.
We've had incredible.
We've had 7 since A&M and Nebraska left.
Yeah.
Now the additions of BYU, UCF, Houston, 3 more softball playing schools before the move to the SEC next year. That schedule is out, the 3-2 pitch. Wow, what a pitch from May. Frozer, cold strike 3, put the backwards K in the scorebook. Wow.
What a great battle from both sides. Nicole just able to really mix up her pitches and catch her way off guard on that last pitch.
All right, here's Q. First at bat of the night for Quincy Lilio. Jennings shaded a little bit more towards Ludlam over at first. First pitch misses up ball 1. Parker has swapped out with Brito over at third base as Alyssa Brito is on deck. A ball and no strikes to Q. Right side, Jennings, so smooth, inning over. As soon as that got hit to the right side, and knowing how good Tiara is, you could almost feel that was it. Well, no runs across. Give the great team the inning win.
When I get back on this campus, I feel like 19 again. I'm like, let's go! But
let's go out. Someone's got to watch my kids. First pitch strike is into Alina Torres. Torres laid down the squeeze button the first. 10 years.
Yeah.
Your first year was 11? 10.
10, yeah.
So 10, 11, 12, 13. And then you came back as a grad assistant, right?
So 5th year,
right.
Grad assistant. So they had me for a whole 7 years.
Because my first year in 2016.
Yes, yeah.
You were wrapping up. It was your last year.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike. Bounced foul. We opened up 16 in Vegas, Destiny. And Schultz was in charge of the bus whenever they took the girls and let them go on the strip. Well, I didn't realize we were by the same rules. So we were, me and one of the bullpen catchers were sprinting back to the bus, so I avoided the wrath of Jess.
I've got a bus story with Kaylani when she gets on here. But I was the bus counter one time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did you forget somebody?
Yeah. I might have.
Yeah.
The whole bus is like, what? I'm counting, and the bus is like 10, 12, 14, 20. And I was like, forget it. Everybody's on the bus. And we take off, and Kaylani comes running out.
Do you have, as we think back to 13, is there an absolute memory that jumps out to you from that run? Just something that stands out more than others?
You know, I feel like for me that year, everything, but the one thing that I think I'll never forget is kind of dancing in the World Series locker room with Holly Rowe. I think that was up there. That kind of just showcased our team a little bit. Just always kind of try to have fun. But yeah, I feel like that's top for me. Is just kind of dancing in the locker room, getting ready for games. I feel like. But, I mean, I feel like our team was always fun. So.
Okay, this is my opinion, and we can talk about this throughout as Hodge fouls that back. I kind of felt like that run, you from 09 when you got here into 13, Kaylani beat up, kind of felt like you guys brought a different energy. So where, you know, and Coach, you know, has always adjusted the way she's coached. I'm not going to say you softened her up by any stretch of the imagination. That's not my point, Coach Gasso. But just you guys kind of brought some personality to it.
Yeah, no, I definitely think our
Kaylani
group...
disagree, or you agree?
I definitely think Coach has a soft spot for our class. We definitely are a unique group. I think big personalities, like to have fun. I think it challenged Coach a little bit too, having to wrangle all in our different personalities. And I think to this day we still kind of when we're around her, I think we bring back that same energy of just kind of being goofy. I walked in here today. I was like, Nick, Nack, Patty, Whack. And she didn't hear me, but, she definitely felt it. I definitely think she felt it. So, but no, I definitely think whether we softened her up or, just made her, when she tucks the visor down over her face, I think she did that more than normal,
Yeah.
just like of embarrassment from us. But no, I definitely think we, have just a lot of personality and played with that personality. Whether it was good or bad sometimes. So.
Credited with starting the airplane celebration in the home plate.
Yeah, and I think that just kind of tips off our personality. It's just kind of goofy. Coach wanted to make it serious, and our group just really couldn't. So we, had to make kind of a joke out of everything. But that worked for us, and it doesn't work for everybody. But I think that's what kept us focused and kind of loose on the field. So she kind of I think she let it happen a little bit more than she probably wanted to.
2 balls and no strikes here to Pickering. Quickly 2 outs. The great team's trying to chase you to your diaper change quicker than I think you want here, Jess. Tell me about your daughter.
She, this is Kinley. She is a personality. I don't know if you heard her back there. She's kind of like me. She's loud.
Good.
She's definitely opinionated.
We're talking about you. She gave me a look.
And she's, I feel like she's like her dad, where she shows all of her emotions on her face. And so, but no, she's good. She's 15 months old, and we're just taking in motherhood, and taking her to the ballpark.
Your husband's strength coach?
Strength coach at Stanford. So we root for football there, but everything else, OU. Kinley's gonna know.
Was that tough last year then in the World Series?
No. I mean, a lot of those girls are our babysitters, so they were like,
gotcha.
"Are you gonna?" I'm like, "No, sorry, not rooting for you. I hope we crush you," and we did. So,
now I got a reason to watch more Stanford football.
yeah,
As that pitch is in
don't watch
first,
this.
right?
I mean, we're just.
Hey, that was a heck of a comeback against Colorado
Yes,
a couple
that
weeks
was
ago.
awesome. That was
Friday night
awesome.
game. Does she do good at games?
She does. She likes the football games. She likes to cheer. We still don't know which team's doing something good though, so we're still just cheering when we hear everybody clapping. So we're still working on
Who's who?
cheering when Stanford does something good and opposed to the other team. So
Quickly, no
Learning.
balls and 2 strikes. Jessica Schultz Dietrich hanging out with us for the great teams at bat here. They put 3 runs on the board, but already 2 quick outs with a runner at first. You guys are more than welcome to stay up here.
it's
The
hot
kids-
up here.
The kids, it's hot up here.
It's hot up here.
Good. Shed layer. You have to lose a
You're
jacket.
right. You're right. I wear gray though, so I'm sweating like the team out there. So probably should keep the jacket on.
Now, I remember coming to fall ball games pretty wild, and this is not a typical crowd for fall ball, but isn't it wild just to see what fall ball has become here?
100%.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I mean, you see, just watching the games on, regular season, they're sold out before you can even, grab tickets. But no, this is awesome to see the fans supporting at a 55-degree night. So
What do you think of the Battle Series?
I like it. I think it's a cool way of, the team really competing against themselves and trying to, win that starting spot. I feel like, in the fall, you can kind of maybe get complacent when you're playing, junior colleges and stuff like that. And I think this really helps them stay focused and really continue to get better.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Hansen. In the dirt again, off to third. Now let's go ahead and hit the big story. You being back in the booth, greatest thrill. My very first game I ever did, Destiny, was with Jessica as the analyst.
Really?
You were the original Sooner Sports TV softball analyst, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, up here in the TV booth with us.
I forgot you did it.
I did do
Did
all
you
the
forget
time.
you did TV too until
No,
that?
I
okay.
knew I
Give me that
did.
look.
I didn't. I forgot about that though.
They gave us the lineup, and Coach had done the thing where they put called strike 3, where they put the pitcher that's not pitching. They had Aaron Miller as a pitcher, and you're like, Aaron Miller is not pitching. All right.
Look at me being serious.
You're awesome, Schultze. It's great to
Awesome.
see you with your kiddo. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
Now
You
we'll
gotta change
talk
your
to,
diaper.
let's see, Kaylani coming up next. It's the Battle Series. Are you ready to go if need be in Game 2 of the championship
No, because
series?
I knew she had it. I knew she had it in the bag. I remember, I think the 6th inning, Coach Lombardi told me to go in the pen and go start warming up. And I go and I did 2 arm circles. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I need to be over there. I need to get in the dog pile. So I ran back to the dugout. And yeah, she had it. We had all the trust in the world for her for that.
It's an iconic moment when Schultze beautifully framed That's strike 3.
The changeup.
Oh, my gosh.
Like a backdoor changeup. I don't know how she did that.
Ooh, here's a shot. Does it have enough at the wall? Wow. What a play by Hannah Core in center field, one away. Softball's been part of your life, right? Even when you were done with your eligibility here at Oklahoma, you went overseas and played, coached, volunteer assistant here one season, and now back to playing and coaching again. It's your life, isn't it?
So right after the national championship day, I signed my life away. Not really. I went and signed a contract to go play in Japan the next day. And I honestly didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, why am I going to go play in Japan? I don't want to go overseas. I like America. And I was like, we'll just give it a year. And I ended up being over there for about 7.5 seasons. I just kept going back and going back. And
did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah. The people, the culture, the being able to play pro softball for a living.
7 seasons?
I think so. Something like that. Yeah. I played until about 2018, and then I stopped playing, and then I got bored and went back and started playing again. So
Can't get enough.
yeah.
What was it like going back and playing this year?
It was a lot different having a little baby around, but it was fun. I think the biggest thing was we've always said that Oklahoma needs a pro softball team. We've just always said that. And like even from the time that we graduated here, we've always wanted that, playing pro softball. I played for the USSSA Pride, and we had a lot of OU girls on that team. And just the fans here, they just love softball, and we saw that this summer. So that was just the coolest part of seeing that. Just with the first season of pro softball being here in Oklahoma City, seeing how many people came out and supported us was amazing. And it's only going to get better. So I'm excited for that.
And you had Destiny there. Now, Destiny, for some reason, wasn't playing, but very much
no.
involved with the Spark.
We shut that down quickly.
Jennings fouls this one off. Hey, isn't it wild to think this is Tiare Jennings' last fall ball game?
I saw that. I saw her post that. I'm like, wait, what?
10.
You don't have another season?
That's
Another
right.
COVID season?
10.
So weird.
10 players playing their last fall ball game in a
10.
Sooner uniform, yeah.
10 seniors.
It's going to look a little different when we hit the SEC in 25.
So it's 10 seniors because you have like the true seniors and the
Yep.
COVID seniors.
There's one of them,
transfer seniors.
Kinsey Hansen.
Different era.
All right, so the bus left you, hon. It was all Destiny Martinez's fault.
Was
Is
it
that
me?
a favorite
Are you
memory
sure?
from 13?
Yeah.
I think it was Katie Norris.
No, I'm pretty positive it was you because you had a bag and you were running the way you run. That's all
No,
I
it
can
was
picture.
Katie Norris. Guys, it was Katie Norris. I was always on the bus on time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And we were asking Jess her favorite memories. Is there a memory that stands out for you in 13?
I think the biggest thing was just our run going for like our postseason run, and then just with the tornado and more, the 2013 tornado, just us being able to come together and play for something more than ourselves. That was our saying, that postseason run, and just being able to play for the state of Oklahoma and give somewhat joy during such a tragedy at the time.
Oh, yeah, Coach tells that story a lot. She tells a lot about you and those families as the pitch misses low, 1 ball and a strike.
Yeah, I know. Just there was a lot of pressure on us that year, especially with our class. It was our last year, it was our last chance to win a national championship, and I think I was putting a lot of pressure on myself that regional, just trying to get it done, and then just when the tragedy hit, it kind of just put things in perspective. Just that there's things bigger than softball, and just being able to be there for the girls that were affected by it, the little girls that were affected by it, just being able to somewhat bring joy to them when they were going through that time. It was big for us.
1-1 pitch. Oh, actually, that was a 1-2 pitch. Good broadcasting on my part. Inning over. All right, you got a kiddo to take care of here?
I think B-Dub's got it. she's taking care of Kinley. She's good.
Kaylani, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You're the
Thanks
best.
for
I
having me.
appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right. We got the white team coming up. Oh, excuse me, the Crimson team coming up next. Historically ranked first in the Big 12 in 3 of those 5 categories, and she threw a lot. She's back to work. All right, fooled me. She got Ludlam early, got the strikeout there, and then got Kinsey Hansen looking. 3 Ks tonight for the Oklahoma State transfer, and she's back to work this half inning, and we are pumped to welcome in another member of the 2013 national champions who has no desire to do this. Brittany Williams, beat up. How are you, Britt?
Good.
I don't think I've ever called you Brit before.
No,
Beta.
that sounds weird. Yeah.
Not
We-
excited to
we can
celebrate.
talk about all her nicknames if
Yeah,
you
well,
want.
Wait, you got more than beat up?
Rita,
ask
Pretty
Destiny.
Britty, Britters.
Britters.
The big one that Destiny likes to call me is Big Willie.
Big Willie.
I like that one. I like that. I hear
It's
it.
so bad.
No, it's not. It's great. See, so Brit's been around, not just playing in 13, and then was her senior season was 14, but then you were around the team for a while too because you came back as a grad assistant. Now, were you a volunteer assistant one year?
Yeah, so I did a 5th year, and then I actually got a D2 job the 16 season.
Right.
And so then after the 16 season, I came back as a GA, but I was a volunteer in the fall, and then ended up being a GA. And I finished, I think, in 18, I believe.
Yeah, 18 was your last year.
Mm-hmm.
Because you came in 17, and they won the national championship.
Yes.
And then in 18, we had the heartbreak with the first round loss, and then
Was that to Washington? That was the Washington. Yeah.
2 losses to Washington, that World Series.
I remember that.
There's a ball hit deep to center field off the bat of Brito. No, Pickering chases it down, and there's one away. What do you think of what you've seen so far tonight? Oh, well, you've basically been on kid duty. You haven't.
I've
had
been
a
on
chance
kid duty, yeah. But I actually came and watched them when they played Seminole State to support my bestie girl, Flo. But they were killing it. They always kill it. So
What do you think of the battle series?
I love it. I honestly, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we did this.
How was? I mean, it wasn't much different as the first pitch to Parker's a strike. You guys would play what, 3 or 4 games still in the fall, or
I think
Was-
around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 or 4. About against the JUCOs.
it's really cool, isn't it, to see the growth? Have you been over to see Love's Field yet?
I have not. We'll get a tour tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about that.
That's
to see
good.
it. Yeah.
What is all on the festivities this weekend? What do you guys all do?
I think we're doing the tour tomorrow, and then I have no idea what type of front toss scrimmage we're about to play, but I'm about to embarrass
It's
myself.
against the current players.
Is it
Oh,
really?
is it
Yes, dude. No,
Yeah.
no. I'm about to pull something, or I don't even know.
Destiny, are
Yeah.
you going to give it a go?
I am not actually going to make it. My little sister is graduating from
okay.
Southwest Airlines flight attendant training, so I'm really proud of her. I can't miss that.
No, you can't.
Would you have, though?
Probably.
Wow.
I'll just be in the outfield.
I know.
That's where I
just,
belong.
You know,
We
making
got
sure.
a little baby bump that's not going to stop
Hey, she's
us.
lead off all day.
Could you beat up in a race, even being pregnant?
100%.
Chris, that's not even a question. What?
Could beat up stay on her feet is the real question.
Did you hear the question we had for you?
Dude, Destiny could probably be like 10. She could probably give me like a 10-second head start, and she would still beat me easily.
So the last half inning went kind of quick, but I did want to. You played for and you coached with Coach Gasso. It's pretty amazing to see what she's built and what she continues to build.
Yeah.
8 signees in this recruiting class we'll talk about later. What makes her so special?
Coach Gasso, she's a great recruiter. I was actually joking her like the other week about it, and I was like, it's just crazy. Like, you had an official visit of the groundbreaking ceremony at Love's. That is genius. Like, you were a recruiting genius. You sold me on a hot summer day when nobody on campus. I was like, 100% yes, I'm committed to you. Like, whatever you want. Like, So honestly, just a great recruiter, great human.
Absolutely,
very personal.
Love softball.
Yeah, like, I can remember the first time she ever called me, she was like, knew everything about me. And I'm like, how do you know this about me? So that kind of stood out to me in a way.
Ella Parker, by the way, gets credit with an infield single there. So here is Hannah Core. Oh, Parker off to second. Close.
Ooh, got
Beat it.
under.
I think she was safe. I don't think we need to go to the replay on that one. I think she got it.
Yeah, I think she got under that.
First runner in scoring positions. No. Brito was at third in the first inning. Yeah, she beat it. So the question that we were going to pose to you was, how many times do you think you've fallen down on this field?
Oh, easily? Probably a good handful of times.
Beat up. I'm going to tell you something. Good pitch. Good pitch. Strike one. Ball and a strike. Maxwell, that was dirty. That video of you crossing home plate Is it home plate or first base?
Which one? I mean,
It's probably both. What video are you talking about?
honestly, the one at home plate I remember it was our first game of regionals in 13. And we're playing, I think it was like Marist State, and coach calls a squeeze. I'm at third. I'm like, what are we doing? Do we know who's on third base right now? And she's like staring at me like, get there. And the sad part is the play didn't even go home, and it went to first base. So I don't even know why I slid, but it did definitely knock the wind out of me for sure. But I was so mad at Lauren for posting, making that vine. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
That's what brought it to my attention.
Vine was
she
the thing.
blasted me.
Yes. I don't think it was a blast. Made me feel better. Whoa! Hannah Core. Not enough. It was funny, but it wasn't. It was the effort. You were giving supreme effort is what it was.
It definitely knocked the wind out of me a little bit.
You didn't show it. You popped right up.
Oh, I sat down the dugout real quick, took a second. I was like, okay, we're good. Got my breath.
Here comes Quincy Lilio. Just to set this defense here quickly, Torres at third. Avery Hodge has been at short. Jennings at second. They've used Kinsey Hansen over at first. Ludlam had played first for a half inning. It's in an outfield of Maya Bland, Cassidy Pickering in center, and there's Riley Boone out and right. Here is Q. Ooh, just missed up in him. You mentioned that you had a chance to see them a couple weeks ago when they took on Seminole State. We're getting a good look at Ella Parker. These freshmen, when they come in, they look ready to play, don't they? It's impressive.
Yeah, no, it is. And that's a great thing about as a freshman coming in and just making a mark and making a statement and trying to win a spot. I mean, I think that's the most important thing is coming as a freshman. Is like you have like all these All-Americans, national champions on the field. That is intimidating, but they're coming here and they're killing it. So it's good for them.
2 balls and no strikes to Lilio, the runner at second. Maxwell. Ooh, good pitch, 2-1.
All right, Beta, best or favorite memory? Doesn't have to be 2013. It can if you want it to be. But
Oh, favorite memory? Man, this is dang. Favorite memory. I would say a powerful memory. I can say that. I think coming back from 2012, I think like having that like heartbreak at the end, and having that meeting as a team, the start of the 13 season, and we all had tears in our eyes of what we wanted to accomplish in 13, and we were not going to take no for an answer, and we were just going to pummel over anyone that came on our way. And I think that was one of the most powerful moments I think I've ever been a part of, besides like the prayers after we lost Alabama.
2-2. Little in. Full count. Who spoke in the preseason meeting?
It was coach, and then I don't know. I think we all kind of like said something of what we wanted to accomplish in the 2013 team in the season. But
Jess probably had a lot to say that night.
yeah, for sure.
Here's the 3-2. Got it. What an inning. Thanks, Pete-Up.
Yep, no,
awesome
thank
in your
you guys for having
broadcast
me.
debut, even though it wasn't your debut. All right, when we come
Thank you,
back,
guys.
we head to the third. It's been all the great team. They're up 3.
Pretty well, but Cassidy Pickering has stood out both offensively, defensively. I've enjoyed watching her, compete in a battle series. Coming in as a freshman is not easy, and performing as well as she has in the fall is very special. And I think, looking forward to her season and what she can do. I think she may be the leader of this freshman class.
S.J. Guerin, first look at the redshirt freshman as the first pitch to Pickering misses outside, ball 1. Guerin's made a big-time commitment this offseason, or I guess since the end of the regular season. Coach had been impressed when I talked to her a couple weeks ago and what she had seen from Guerin, who misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. There's Coach Gasso. You haven't shared your favorite 2013 story yet. Here's the 1 ball, no strike pitch. Lifted pretty deep. Off the bat of Torres to center field. Riley Boone makes the play, and there's 1 away. Oh, it's a no-fly zone out there with 0. Torres is retired. She's 1 for 3 on the night. Here's Avery Hodge. Wow.
Boone, I love the way that she tracked that down. I mean, what a hit from Alina Torres, but Boone really covering a lot of ground out in center field and getting underneath that.
So Jen Rocha immediately sees something that she wants changed. She walks out to talk to the battery of Guerin and Ludlam. Let's see, Parker over at first, Q Lilio at second, Tiare Jennings at short, Brito at third. With an outfield of Corin left, you just saw Riley Boone make the play in center. Maya Blandon right. You got to have something for us, though, Destiny. Something for
Yeah, you know, I think 2013 was a whirlwind, I feel like, just because of coming off the 2012 season, losing to Alabama. That was tragic. But I think my memories are more so stuff within the team.
Right.
Things like our bus rides, the movies we were watching, the singing, the karaoke on the bus, is Coach Gasso getting down sometimes. But I think there used to be bus trips where we would dress up, and I think
The Waco trip.
Yeah.
Right?
There were quite a few different times we had to dress up. I remember I was Selena Gomez with Justin Bieber. Javen was Justin Bieber. Me and B-Dub did Dora and Diego one year. So just things like that is really what stands out.
Hodge gets into one deep to center field. Boone will watch it fly over her head. Avery Hodge got into one and rips it to center field. It's a one-out double. Everyone who's left-handed, I suddenly am like, that's a slapper. I'm like, ooh, that's kind of like destiny. Just get those pitches every now and then, and you can just get into it.
Yeah, and that pitch is just left hanging too far over the plate. But great job by Avery Hodge, really getting behind it, trusting her legs on that one.
So Hodge looking to add to the scoring for the Gray team. No team scored in the second. Just kind of unique. It was a hard hit ball by Pickering, foul. We don't necessarily do the shout outs here on the. Well, Coach Gatso is on her way out. She saw something that she wanted to make sure it was fixed. We don't do the shout outs, but our buddy Doug Hamilton had checked in, watching from Hockley, Texas. Larry's down in that St. Pete Sooner Den. Thank goodness.
You got it, Plank.
Allie has checked in, and Sooner Shy. I think Shy's up in Wisconsin. I think. I could be wrong. Regardless, thanks to everyone who's tuned in tonight for the final game of the Battle Series. We'll shut things down for now. After the celebration of the 13 team tomorrow, they get a tour of Love's Field. Then we'll honor the 2023 national champs at the football game on Saturday. And then we'll be downhill towards the 24 season, the last of the Big 12 for the Sooners.
Yeah, it's moving quick. I feel like this fall has flown by.
The full schedule has not been announced yet for the Sooners as the 0-2 called strike three. What a pitch from Guerin. And there's two away. I mean, that was a big-time bounce back from S.J. Guerin. After the double by Hodge, Coach Gasso came out and said something, and Guerin threw two absolute darts, two BBs.
Yeah, great adjustment. Just finding that outside part of the plate, really trusting her stuff. It's a good pitch.
Here's Kinsey Hansen. Ground ball towards short. Jennings charges. Got her. Good bounce back for S.J. Guerin as the Gray team goes in order in what's been a couple of pitcher-dominated half innings. See Riley Boone when we come back. Battle Series. Right, class in their position, including Audrey Lowry, one of the top pitching prospects, the top pitching prospect in the country. Here's Riley Boone leading things off against Peyton Monticelli, and that's bunted foul. But what was it? Was it B-Dub that said that's what makes Coach Gasso so great, her recruiting?
She's an excellent recruiter. B-Dub, I believe, said she's genius.
Genius recruit. If you want to learn more about all the new signees, there's information available at Soonersports.com on the softball page. Boone takes a ball outside. Who was I reading on today that really caught my attention with this 24 class? Two balls and a strike here is Monticelli.
I'm excited for Malloy.
Malloy, Gabby Garcia
Yeah.
out of Chandler, Arizona. Shani Helton out of Coweta. Haven't had a Coweta Tiger here in a while, so that's good. Hear great things about Corey Hicks. That pitch misses. 3-1. Hicks, the catcher first baseman combo. High school, or played travel ball with the Orange County Batbusters. Was the 2023 Futures All-American. A 2023 Futures All-American. Mentioned Audrey Lowry. And I'm not going to lie. I didn't know where Caddo, Oklahoma was. I wasn't familiar with. Are you?
I
Toby-
know, but I'm a California girl. Don't forget.
Popped up foul territory. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A diving catch is made by Alyssa Brito. And there's one away. Wow. Big time from Brito. Watch this.
Big time play, just covering so much ground, taking charge, getting after it.
One away. Now the Sooners added from Caddo, Oklahoma, Katie McKay. That ball's fouled off. She's actually born in Durant, so that's not too terribly far from Toby Baldwin territory. But 8 new Sooners. Information available right now at Soonersports.com. We'll sprinkle in some information as the game goes on. There's a pop-up by Bland. Cue out in the outfield grass. There's quickly 2 away. I'm not going to jinx anything, but let's just say this last inning and a half is kind of cooked. It's been a big-time pitcher's battle.
Yeah, pitchers are doing well.
Tiare Jennings due to leave the yard with 1, right?
Are you calling it?
Well, I don't know. We haven't seen Jada Coleman tonight. She was not dressed out, but she was, I believe I saw her down there with the team. Last game I was at 2 weeks ago, she was playing first, but was limited. 1-0 is a good pitch from Monticelli. Ball and a strike.
The white team hasn't done much today.
In fact, by my scorebook, they're looking for their first hit.
Yeah, quite a few fly balls.
Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and a strike.
Tiare's got to get her points up.
Let's get an updated look at the standings now that you mentioned that. That misses up and away.
438 is where Jennings is sitting. Hanson at 588.
Still alive, somewhat. Hannah Core sits in second place with 533. Brito with 515. Swing and a miss, full count. That rise ball that Tiare had struggled with a bit. Monticelli attacks her with it. Full count. I think the white team is looking for their first base runner. Here's the pitch. Popped up right side. Is there room? Whoa, Parker misjudged it first. Came racing in and made the play. Parker looked up, ran to find the dugout, and then went sprinting in. And the freshman, he has been at the University of Oklahoma since September of 1992. As we start action here with a strike to Alyssa Brito. The Crimson team is looking for its first run of the game. Scott was over in baseball whenever I started doing sidelines for football broadcast and then moving over to Diamond Sports. Brito pops one down the right side. Boone has a beat on it, 1 away. And would always be there to answer any question or just to provide some comic relief because we'd get out to the games. And Joel Manning can probably attest to it. We're out there with radio and TV broadcast about the time whenever Scott and his crew is going to work. But it's a constant 24/7, 365 labor of love for those guys. And Scott's been the head pin over here on the Diamond Sports side for so long, and he's going to be missed as the first pitch is a little bit in. Ball 1 to Parker. 1992, Destiny.
Don't make me say it.
I'm sure Scott would love to know that's the year you were born.
Scott, that is the year that I was born. But we appreciate you. You've done a fantastic job. The field looks great all the time.
Jennings won't have a play as Parker beats it out. So he had been at softball, then went over to baseball for a while, then came back to softball. I could talk about Scott Black all night. I moved down here. I moved to Norman in 15, and he's like, anything you need? I was like, $100. No, I'm kidding. Scott, I need cash. Here's Hannah Core. But you're right, field looks great. This might be the last softball game at Marita Hines Field.
I know, and that makes me a little emotional. That is crazy to think, but so many good memories, and Scott, I mean, you play a huge role in that.
You will be missed, Scotty Black. Now, if you can make the weather a little warmer, you would make these people happier right here. Parker, it's her second hit of the night as she stands at first. Hannah Core, a strikeout and a fly out to right field. Guerin misses outside. S.J. Guerin back to work here. So I think in our battle, well, we've got some innings that are up for grabs, too. I mean, we need to keep that in mind. We've had a couple of innings without runs. There's a throw behind Parker. There are 20 points possible in this inning, because if your team doesn't win the inning, that 10 points carries over.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to do a little math here, and
If this team scores, it's 20 points.
yeah. Oh, there's a line drive to the gap. Core one hops the wall. Here comes that run. Parker rounds third. She'll score. And the Crimson team gets its first run of the game. And will tack on, 10 points, 20 points for winning this inning, after the gray and white team were held scoreless.
And Hannah Core again, climbing up the leaderboard. Really good piece of hitting, sending that ball opposite field.
Here's Q Lilia. 588 for Hansen, 533 for Core, who moves into second place in the Battle Series standings. And I don't know if she had a 25-point at bat.
Seed and executed run.
Wow. If things are going, she might have the lead by the end of this inning.
She's climbing.
Here's Q.
Points are going up, 560.
60. She is 28 points behind Kinsey Hansen. So I think we're down to seeing 3 players really battle for the Battle Series MVP. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Q, fouled off. And I say that, and someone will hit like 3 home runs in the final 3 innings here.
Kinsey's going to come
Kinsey's going to come hit like 5 bombs. But Hansen, Core, and Brito.
We have seen that. I think last game I covered, Brito had.
That was us. The last game was you and me. Yeah, she had 3 home runs.
Yeah, but like 10 at-bats.
Yes. So what you're basically saying, we still got a long way to go.
We've got some time. We can't base this off of that.
Each team will have 2 more at-bats. So, the potential for, at the minimum, maybe like 4 more at-bats per hitter. Maybe. There's a ground ball to second. Jennings is smooth. There's 2 away. Here's Brito. We mentioned it could be the last game at Marita Hines Field. If everything stays on schedule, it will be.
Yeah.
What a facility. Tonight is the last scheduled game. Now we do put that caveat on it because things can happen in construction. Things can happen in that process, but everything looks great and on target for Love's Field. 25 seasons here. First pitch misses in.
It's crazy to think. I remember My first, it was just the fall. We had a wooden wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no, exactly. Not only because you could run into it, but the way the ball played off the wall, you had no idea
And
where
it's-
it was going.
So that wasn't great prep for the season, is what you're
No,
telling me.
it would play off so crazy. But just, I mean, everything is incredible. I remember just my freshman fall. This wasn't, or even my freshman season, the fans have just grown so much from that time. And obviously the performance and everything has just developed so much better. The fans are locked in and they're consistent, and just the overall growth of the fan base has been fun to watch. You see the seats are gone now, obviously, because of renovations, but the temporary, not so temporary seats only came in the postseason.
Super regional.
Yeah. So to see that, and it's a beautiful, I mean, the wall, everything just looks so nice, and it's crazy to think that this could be the last game.
3-1. Base hit up the middle. Core scores. Brito gets the RBI. I don't count out this Crimson team. 3-2. Now here's Parker with her second at bat of the inning. She's got 2 hits already on the night. And I think one thing, speaking of Scotty Black and the job that he's done to kind of bring that full circle, I've been meaning to ask Coach Gasso and Toby Baldwin the amount of investment and work that's gone into making sure that the outfield drains properly. Because I think it was after the 2010 season, because we'd lost a lot of games to rain and it just wouldn't drain that well. There's a lot of work in the basement, if you will, of the outfield out there. There's a quick ground out to Hodge, and Parker is retired. But the Crimson team is in the game. They're on the board. We had it for the Crimson team. Inning wins were huge. And here is Alina Torres. I feel like Alina Torres has led off every inning but the first for the great team as we start things here in the fourth. Going to break, I misspoke. The great team has the 3 runs. Crimson team has the 2. It's the white team that's looking for its first, not only run, but first hit tonight. So we'll see if they can get things going next half inning. What do you think of what you've seen from Monticelli so far, Peyton Monticelli?
I have enjoyed watching her pitch. I think she's really working on some stuff, but I like her velocity. I like her movement. I think she's done a great job in the mound.
Ball and a strike. Pitch. Just missed. If you were putting odds on the left side of the infield to start the 24 season, the Sooners in Puerto Vallarta put pretty good numbers here on Alina Torres starting at third as the 2-1 pitch is in for a strike. And it's going to take a little walk after that. Feel a little Torres at third, Brito at short, maybe? She's looked pretty good.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think there's a lot of fight going on for the infield.
Q fell down when she was trying to chase the foul ball. Now, we'll have to ask Brittany Williams, was that a true stumble, a flop, or which way you want to go with that one,
Hey,
Vito?
Vito, check this out. Let us know.
We'll have to get a grading on this one. Watch, Lilio is taking chase, and boom. I don't know. There's no way that was planned.
Whoops.
There is,
Stuff in the grass.
you hear about glue people that are responsible for every great team and organization. Oh! Avery Hodge wore that one, and we heard it up here. Q is a glue guy, glue gal. She has got a great personality and starting to hit the ball well. Has a chance to make an impact here in 24. I don't know how Avery Hodge is standing up after that.
Yeah.
She took a 69-mile-an-hour heater
how?
right to her back. Ouch. 69.1 miles an hour, and Jen Roach is going to run out and chat with Monticelli. Coach asking Avery Hodge if she's okay, and To Avery's credit, she doesn't look like she skipped a beat.
Yeah, she looks fine. But 69 miles an hour. That
On
did
a
not
chilly
feel
night
good.
like this?
Yeah.
That's not good. Ouch. Message here, obviously, hit your spots, hit your marks. But you said something interesting. Well, you always say something interesting,
Well,
Destiny.
thanks.
But you were talking about maybe watching Peyton work through some things, and that's not anything negative. It's just, hey, it's fall ball. Let's try this
Yeah.
out and see if it works.
Yeah, and again, there's a lot of adjustments, not only within your position, but within your environment, within your just atmosphere, who you're being coached by. All of those things play a huge role, and I think she's taken that on really well. We have seen her kind of battle through some, specific situations that she needs to get through and learn how to get through them. But I've been pretty impressed with her maintaining her velocity. She's got some good movement, but again, when she's faced with challenges, you could see her really lock in and try to battle through them.
1 ball and no strikes to Hodge. Pardon me, Hodge is at first to Pickering, and that misses low tuna. Well, we haven't seen situation for a couple of half innings here without coach maybe putting a runner in motion. Let's see if that could be at play here with a runner at first and 1 out. Hodge got a big jump. Now with a 3-0 count, probably not worth taking that risk.
Ludlam behind the plate. I think it's a good opportunity for coach to be able to see Ludlam kind of execute something here.
Well, there's ball forward, gets off the glove of Ludlam. Good reminder, Destiny. Let's set the defense real quick behind Peyton Monticelli. Riley Ludlam is behind the plate, the Hofstra transfer. That left side of the infield is Brito at third, Tiare at short, Quincy Lilio at second, Simba Parker over at first, with an outfield of the freshman Maya Bland in center, Maya Bland in right, Riley Boone in center, and Hannah Corin left. And here is your Battle Series points leader, Kinsey Hansen. Singled and scored a run in the first inning, but lost 10 points when she got thrown out stealing. Minus 10 seemed to be quite the deduction for a stolen base getting thrown out. Huh?
And looking at this sheet, the most updated core is only behind by 8 points.
8 points. Oh, hold on. They're updating it as we speak. We have an Excel spreadsheet that both Destiny and I have access to. And anytime a number is being updated, you'll see a little box that pops around it.
The anonymous
It's like
koala.
the anonymous. Okay, who did it? Who changed it? It looks like Hansen wants time, and she gets it. I think Monticelli helped her out there a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Hansen. Another pop foul. Oh, is that what it is? The anonymous anteater? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
It is. What does that even mean?
I don't know. Someone's not logged into their Google.
So there, it has now officially been updated as Kinsey Hansen's going to go chat with Patty Gasso as the home plate umpire gets a new set of softballs. 588 for Kinsey, 580 for Core.
And Brito, 547.
So not far behind. Do you remember who was the Battle Series MVP last year? Sydney Sanders. Seeing if they can stay with, I guess you could say, the right side of the infield line. Core is an outfielder, so I guess that wouldn't fit. Could Brito still alive? 1-2. Oh. Hansen, though, could go a long way, making it much more difficult to chase her down with a big hit here and help to add to the great team's 3 runs. Here's the 2-2. Wow, I didn't mean to.
But the way that thing came off her bat, velocity.
Right. It left her bat 43 miles an hour.
Man.
Just off the check swing.
Yeah.
67.6 miles an hour off the pitch for Monticelli. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch in the dirt. Nice job by Ludlam. Full count.
It's a big pitch for Monticelli.
Alina Torres waits on deck. The pitch. Ooh, way outside. Base is loaded.
That's an at-bat that Coach Gasso, Coach Rocha would like to see Monticelli come out on top of that.
Head on the count. I think Coach Gasso is recruiting runners for the gray team. They got Hanson at first, Pickering at second, Hodge at third, and the 4th member of their team, Torres, steps in. 1 out. Big moment here for the gray team. And in the overall battle series point standings. First pitch strike. There we go. Kelly Maxwell will run at third base.
We've seen some pitchers do a lot of different things throughout this battle series. Last week or 2 weeks ago, they were shining in right field.
That's right. Monticelli gets the pop foul out of play. Peyton, I don't think Coach appreciated me laying out that one of the things I noticed 2 weeks ago was just that Peyton Monticelli could be a star outfielder. She made 2 really nice plays in right field.
What did she say to you?
She just gave me that look.
Oh, and that's when you know.
I was like, okay.
Got it.
She's a pitcher, Chris. 2 way inside, 1 and 2. So whenever fall ball would wrap up, what was next for you as a player? Take some time off, grind a bit, what?
Yeah, by that time it's finals, Thanksgiving break.
2 is fouled off the leg.
That rolls into Christmas break. Yeah, a lot of conditioning starts to happen again. You ramp back up.
How many days off weeks off do you allow yourself?
No, you get sent home with a packet.
Line drive. Oh, what a play by Jennings. They'll double off Hanson at first, and that'll do it for the gray team as Tiare Jennings climbed the ladder, snagged the heater, and turn 2. Kirsten Deal can have a major role for Oklahoma in 24. Boy, think about the clutch moments she had in 2023 for the Sooners.
She really stood out. She had to. I think when you're called upon in those moments, you've got to be able to execute, and she did such a great job.
It's an incredible reminder, even with the depth we thought they had of pitching last year, as the 1-0 catches that outside corner, 1-1. Jordy, Nicole May, you had Alex Storacco. I feel like when you're 3 deep, you're in pretty good shape, but that freshman came in some major moments for the Sooners. And there's a bouncer to short. Nice job by Brito, and quickly there's 1 away as Ludlam is retired to start the 4th for the white team.
White team still trying to get their first hit.
It's going to happen this inning. It's my prediction.
Well, I bet Kirsten's not thinking that, Plank.
Riley Boone, I was trying to figure this out earlier. I think she was not the only one of 2 Sooners who were on their last trip to Puerto Vallarta, which happened in 2020, a season that was cut short by COVID. I think I told this story last game, but for those who don't remember, she got hurt. 1-0 pitch popped up. Kinsey Hanson gives chase. Oh, she made the catch right up against the netting. How good is Kinsey Hanson? She made sure that she didn't disrupt the fans in the front row too much. 2 away. Booney can't believe it. Watch this.
Great job by Hanson just being able to find it. That's such a tough thing to do. Find that ball directly up in the air without taking your mask off.
By the way, speaking of Kinsey Hansen and making incredible plays behind the plate, that Hansen dame will stay near the University of Oklahoma even after she's graduated. Maya Bland waits for the 1-0 pitch. Let's make sure they got that NIL before I get anyone in trouble talking about it. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything right. It's been tweeted. It's been tweeted. It's out there.
There you go.
But I don't know. I never know. 2 balls and no strikes. Ooh, is this the first hit? Bland moving. Oh, they got her at first base. Wow. What a play. And the white team goes out in order again. Boy, Maya Bland, that's something. Jocko keeping a good eye on her. What a personality. But you don't get your own walkout song, right? Until your final game? What are you thinking there, Nicole May? There's a base hit by Hannah Core. Riley Boone was going to try to make it close at first base, but Core gets her second hit. And suddenly things are tightening up at the top of the scoreboard in the Battle Series individual MVP honors. Boy, what a streak she's been on.
Yeah, and just attacking early. I love the way she's seeing the ball. Her contact points are tremendous right now.
I think I shorted the Crimson team a run when we were going to break, so it's 3-0 to 2, and there's strike 1. Q Lilio looking for her first hit tonight. She's 0 for 3. Kinsey Hansen's team got an inning win, so her total is up to 598. The bunt by Lilio. Torres goes to her knees and makes the play, and there's one away. Wow. Well done by Alina Torres. So here's the infield, by the way, to reset. Ludlam is behind the plate. K9, Kinsey Hansen is over at first here. Tiari Jennings at second. Avery Hodge at short. That was Alina Torres at third. And this outfield has stayed the same as the Crimson team sends Brito to the plate. Bland in left, Pickering in center, and Boone in right. Brito lines one deep to center field, but Pickering on it 2 away. Wow.
Crimson team just attacking early in the count. Taking advantage of the good pitches. Just got to find a hole.
By the way, we're pointing out Nicole Hansen, who's now at first, that the Hansen DNA will remain in Norman for a while. I just wanted to make sure it was all officialized. But Cole Hansen, her brother, out of Norco, is coming to play college baseball for Skip Johnson in 26. There's a wild pitch. All the way to the backstop. Feel like I've been watching Cole run around since he was about 10 years old, running around here. Excited to see that kid in the Crimson and Cream. Line drive, base hit opposite side. Parker drives in. Lilio, Bland. It gets by her in left field. Oh, look at him, Parker. Go head first, safe. A 2-out triple from Ella Parker.
Okay, she got around those bases really quick. She's got some speed on her. But what a great hard hit. Seeing it deep in the zone. Driving it opposite field. Maya Bland's got to make that play. You've got to keep that ball in front.
You said it with Parker. She can move. We're tied. The gray team and the Crimson team knotted up at 3. And major ramifications this half inning for the overall individual MVP. Kinsey Hansen is at 598. Don't look now, but Hannah Core is at 590. It will not be ruled a triple. A single and a 2-base error for those of you scoring at home. My scorebook is a disaster, so it doesn't
Yeah,
really.
my innings are all crazy.
Single and an error leads to Parker standing at third in a 3-0-3 game. Ooh, Core hits that one foul and hard. Well, it would lead you to believe that Hannah Core right here can take the lead.
Yeah.
In fact, if her team wins this half inning, she'll take the lead. Ball in the dirt.
That's what I love most about the battle series is you just never know. Hannah Core just took over. She's done so well offensively, defensively, on the base paths.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to Core. Ooh. Hannah stays alive. Literally in this cold. Didn't want to get hit by that. So she's going to take the lead as the Crimson team will win this half inning. It's just a matter of by how much, and she'll walk. First and third, 2 outs for Q. It's not only dramatic in the battle for the MVP, it's dramatic on the scoreboard too. We're knotted up at 3 as the Crimson team looks to take the lead. I might protest if I'm on the gray and white team. The Crimson team scoring runs while the pitcher has on a crimson shirt. Investigation. Let's see what Q can do here. Executed a squeeze bunt. She lifts this one to left field. Bland takes a few steps back, a few more. Ooh, makes the catch and ends the inning. But the Crimson team has knotted it up, and we have a new leader for the MVP. It's Hannah Core. See what they can do in the final inning next.
I think that's what I love most about the battle series is you never know who's going to stand out and what they're going to do. But she showed us some speed today. She showed us some power. She showed us some smart decisions in the box. I've really enjoyed watching her play, and even just that play over at first base, kind of watching her bobble and misread but stick with it.
Oh, yeah, the defensive play, too. Didn't even think about that.
She's been fun to watch.
3 for 4 tonight. Run batted in. Scored 76 points as the first pitch is in for a strike to Avery Hodge. But how about this? In the individual battle where everything matters, right? Your team's success. There's 10 points on the line for this half inning for whoever's team scores the most run. And then you get, what's the total for if they win the game? Is it 30? So that's a heck of a battle between the Crimson and the Gray team. But more specifically, it's a heck of a battle between Hannah Core and Kinsey Hansen, who are separated on top of the leaderboard by 2 points. 2 points. Hodge takes it low. 2 balls and a strike from Kirsten Deal. 600 points after that inning win. There she is, Hannah Core. We got to come up with a nickname, right? She's got to have a nickname. But she's at 600 points, and she leads the battle series right now. Wow. And again, with the point system set up the way that it is, team success matters. And only 2 teams have scored runs here tonight, the Gray and the Crimson. That's been one of the big benefactors for both Hansen and Core.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into it, and they can even lose points.
Yep. Popped up on the infield. Easy for Jennings, who's at short. And there's one away. Okay. I'm smart enough to look at the notes that our producer, Jared, had left for us, Jared Thomas. You get 50 points for winning the game. And we're tied at 3 right now. So 50 points for winning the game. If you're the MVP of the game, which, gosh, say Core might be in the mix for maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That's plus 60, plus 40, or plus 20. There's a hard hit ball by Pickering. Look at Lilio pick it off the dirt, 2 away. Wow. Q, what a play. 2 outs. And you mentioned the negative points. It is -10 for caught stealing. So that right now is the difference.
That hurt Kinsey big time.
Unreal.
Just keep thinking, Coach Gass is going to have a tough time determining who's starting in the infield when the spring comes.
Well, here is Hansen. I sent a text to our group that said the fact that the caught stealing could decide the MVP is amazing. 600 for Core, 598 for Hansen. But a lot of work to be done, and Kinsey could get herself a big number here with a bomb as the 1-0 pitch misses a little up 2-0. You get 40 points for a home run, 30 points for a triple, 20 points for a double, and 10 for a single. Yes, it's very, somewhat confusing. But in that same vein, it matters. There's a pop-up on the infield. 1-2-3 inning for the great team. Alyssa Brito is a little bit challenged here. I mean, within striking distance at 40 points, that's one swing of the bat. But any team success that Gray has for Hansen, or for Brito, Hansen would also get. But there will be no extra innings.
Close. That stolen base for Kinsey.
That's stolen base.
Attempt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Brito is on the Crimson team. So, the Crimson team. So any team success that Hannah Core has, Alyssa Brito will have to. I'm making a confusing situation even more confusing. But Gray cannot win this half inning. Brito's at short here. Torres is at third. The white team's still looking for its first hit, and it's a 1-1 count to Tiare Jennings. Likely, or at least the last half inning of fall ball play for Tiare Jennings. Maybe her last at bat. The 1-1. Smoked it foul. The most points you can get is by your team winning. That's the largest number that's on the board. Your team wins, that's 50 points. But the gray team can't win this game. In fact, only either the white or the crimson team could win this game right now with no extra innings. The 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. Wouldn't it be something for the white team just to put like a 5 spot on the board here and end up winning the game?
That would be amazing. But it wouldn't shock me with the battle series and everything else that's gone on.
Here's the 2-2.
Ooh.
Foul. Everyone was running.
Does that count as a seed? Man.
What did that come off the bat at? Let's look. 76 mile an hour off the bat. Smoked it foul. Right off the facade, the canvas there protecting the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from SJ. Full count. The response to the fact that a caught stealing could decide the MVP. There is a response that has been sent. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Jennings stays alive. The response was, next time, don't get caught stealing.
Well, it's true.
Kinsey Hansen was caught stealing back in the first inning. That's minus 10 points. She trails by 2 here. And let's just say things stay the same. We're still coming to the plate, as is Brito. Foul back. That could be the difference. But like we said, Brito's not out of this thing by any stretch of the imagination. A home run's worth 40, and she will bat in the next half inning.
I mean, she's only 2 points. Or no. I'm looking at Hansen. Yeah.
3-2. Bounce foul.
She's not out of it. The way she's been swinging, I think she's got a chance.
600, 598 to 560. Uh-oh. It's getting updated. We could have an update here in a second. Coach Gasso looks on. She looks warm. Time is called. Kinsey
Sorry.
Hanson's going to jog out and chat. Three-two, hard hit to short. There's Brito. My gosh, she's got a laser of an arm. One out. All right, so the update currently has Core leading the way with 600 points, Hanson at 598, and there's Brito at 560. Just saying, when she comes to play next inning, 40 points for a home run.
Yeah.
Kinsey Hanson's got to wait and watch to see if she can come away with the MVP.
And who?
First pitch misses low and away. And let's not forget, too, there's more points on the line beyond just the game. JT Gasso, Patty Gasso, Jen Rocha, they'll get together and decide the MVPs 1, 2, and 3. And that's 60, 40, and 20 points respectively. That's popped foul by Riley Ludlow. I'm going to tell you something, Ryan.
I can't imagine Ella Parker not getting some of those
Exactly.
points.
I did not realize how excited I would be about how close this battle series point is right now.
And Brito will be facing Kirsten Deal. That'd be a good matchup.
Two balls and a strike. Guerin's ready. Here's the pitch. A little out. 3-1. It still confuses me, don't get me wrong. But also in that, it is wildly compelling to what would normally just be a fall ball game. Full count. Three balls and two strikes.
Big opportunity for both sides. They got bat.
Ground ball. Nice play by Hodge. Does she have time? Just beating it out is Ludlam. And that's the first hit for the white team here in the fifth inning. Hodge nearly made she made the play.
I'm telling you, Coach Gasso is going to have a tough time deciding who this starting infield is. With Hodge, we've seen Lilio make some good plays. We're used to seeing Jennings over at second. Brito's made some good plays. Torres. The way she covers ground and her speed over at second for Hodge, it's going to be a tough decision.
Well, and then from last year's team, you're moving your right fielder in to potentially play third with Torres, potentially, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, Riley Boone and Jada Coleman left and center. So you talk about that battle. Battle in the infield, a battle for one, and Hannah Core with the way that she's playing.
Yeah, and Riley, I mean,
there are going to be basically
Pickering.
As soon as that
How do you do
calendar
that?
turns to 24 and we start thinking about that first weekend in Puerto Vallarta, that's going to be wild to see the competition for that opening night starting lineup.
Yeah.
Right there, the potential battle series MVP. What a statement she's made this spring or this fall. And Riley Boone.
Pickering has been performing really well. I mean, there's not enough places to put these athletes.
No, there's not. Strike one to Booney. 3-0-3. So I wonder what could be at play, if anything, with a potential hit and run here. Ludlam stayed in to run. The bunt a little bit inside, 1-1. I have been a 2-year believer that Hannah Cora was going to be a starting outfielder for this softball team. The 1-1 pitch. Misses out, 2-1.
This may be her year.
I mean, I don't know if we can talk about her enough.
Yeah.
Had the injury that cost her her freshman season. Looked like she was starting to make some way and still battled that back injury. Missed the entire season, or most of the season last year. Boone takes it low, 3-1. Now she's out here on top of the Battle Series standings, staking at least a fall claim to a spot in this incredibly talented lineup. She's got a cannon, too. I don't know if we've had a chance to see it yet. She can flat out throw a beaver. Full count. Torres at third, Brito at short, Hodge at second, Parker over at first. Battery of S.J. Guerin, Kinsey Hansen, 3-2. Ooh, what a take by Riley Boone on a pitch that might have been a little bit up. Gotta get another look at that.
It's a good pitch. 2 strikes. Maybe want to consider fouling it off, but
Little out. Little out. We have seen, though. You know this as a lefty. Sometimes in those lefty-lefty matchups, the pitcher will get a call on that.
that's one of those borderline. You never know. Let's take the chance.
Bland takes strike 1. You think about the 10 players that are graduating, and this young lady right here, Maya Bland, is one of the reasons why there's a ton of excitement for the Sooners even beyond the Coleman Jennings era. We're celebrating a massively talented signing class today, but the Argyle, Texas product, Maya Bland, committed to the Sooners, signed with the Sooners last year. It was a celebration unlike many we've seen. She's got an incredible future. 1-1 pitch just misses outside, 2-0. She didn't play 2 weeks ago whenever you and I did a game together last.
Yeah. The first game I did, she dropped a bomb.
Nice job by Guerin. 2 away. Well, this is, I think, what would be the ultimate way for the Battle Series to end. Are you ready? Here we go. Tiare Jennings hits a 3-run home run here. And then the Crimson team doesn't score in the bottom half of the
Tied
fifth.
across the board.
3-3-3.
There you go.
I mean, the white team's due for a run here. It's second and third with 2
Tiare's
outs.
due for a bomb. You said that last at bat, I think. Did you say that about Tiare or Brito?
No, it was Tiare.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would have forgotten that. Our home plate umpire is unhappy. The game is moving along as swiftly as it is. Here we go.
Got some speed on third and second. Oh,
Way outside.
we may be walking her here.
Are they? Whoa! Battle Series strategy. Are you kidding me right now? You love to see it. They will intentionally walk.
They are not giving her a chance.
You know what I love about this? Jennings is just waiting for one to be anywhere close. Anywhere close.
And I'm excited to see what Ludlam does, how she handles something like this.
Tiare Jennings, the ultimate hype man right now for Riley Ludlam. There she goes. Likely her final fall ball at bat as a Sooner is an intentional walk. And now, I mean, let me nerd out for a second, and I'm sure you're with me. From a situational perspective, in wanting to test someone in a situation like this is a great spot. Nicole May's going to come in and pitch here. Bases loaded. This team hasn't scored a run yet. Riley Ludlam, a transfer that let's see what she can do with the bat in these types of situations. You got to love this.
Yeah, but, this is what it's all about. The battle series is true competition.
Yes.
You're not here just to get your at-bats and go home. I mean, they're trying to win each inning. They're trying to get individual points. Each pitcher is trying to beat each hitter. There's so much more that goes into this, and I think it's such a great idea for Coach Gasso to even have something like this because it shows true grit and competition in the fall.
Now, there was a part of me that was thinking that maybe S.J. Guerin would stay in, and get the redshirt freshman, but also you can't simulate really something like this in practice. So they'll go to Nicole May. The pitching change brought to you by Love's Travel Stops. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And Nicole May's been pretty good here tonight, Destiny, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, she's performed well. She has had quite a break, though. I don't think she's been in maybe since the second. Yeah.
That's the last time I ever.
So and it's cold out there. So, I mean, I know they keep her arm warm and keep her ready to go, keep her mind in it, but this would be a good opportunity to see her really stand out and get her team out of this inning.
Who's leading the huddles? Alyssa Burrito. Will break it. Here we go. What a moment. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in the 5th. The great team was already held scoreless in the top half of this inning. But they have 3 runs on the board, so they can't win this game. We'll have to see if 2 teams end up in a tie, what they want to do points-wise. And we've got an MVP battle that is 2 points as far as the differential. First pitch, low, ball 1. 600 individual points for Hannah Core. Kinsey Hansen at 598. And Alyssa Brito still alive with 560. Here's the 1-0 from May. Swing and a miss. That was nasty.
There's not, she can't leave anything over the plate. She can't leave anything belt high. She's got to find the corners. Get Ludlam to chase.
The 1-1. Well, that's a good pitch. 1-2. The 1-2 up and away.
It's a big pitch.
Don't want to go full in this situation, that's for certain. Pitch for May. Swing and a miss. Wow. The white team will go scoreless tonight as we got a little strategy in fall ball. The Crimson team will try to walk it off.
Coca-Cola.
Well, here we go. Kirsten Deal back to work. The final inning of softball in the fall. Most likely the final inning ever here at Marita Hines Field. Alyssa Brito leads it off, and she takes the ball low. We will not, just to kind of make sure that everyone's on the same page, but let's not forget, we will not have full tabulated points to officially be able to tell you who the MVP is if that's line foul. There'll be a couple of, I think there's some off the field stuff that's involved in this too. A lot of things that go into it. But we will have our projection of who Destiny Martinez, Jared Thomas, Joel Manning, and Chris Plank think won. And then it might be different than what you see at OU_softball. But we'll do our best. More importantly, you got a chance to walk it off. Oh, here's a question. As the 1-1 pitch is grounded sharply to third. What a play by Alina Torres, and there's one out. In the sake of this being a scoring kind of a game, I guess, an individual points kind of a game, a walk-off could maybe cost someone an at-bat here.
Yeah.
Well, here is a candidate for MVP number 1 tonight, Ella Parker.
She has played so well.
First pitch swinging, and she fouls it back. Hey, big congratulations tonight to Jenny Baranchek's crew. The OU women's basketball team goes on the road and rolls Ole Miss 80-70 behind 24 points from Skylar Van. How about that? Here's the 0-1 pitch. That misses a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-0 on the season for Coach Baranchek's crew. We're in that crossover time where there's so much going on, it's hard to keep tabs.
Yeah.
Tough one tonight for OU volleyball against Houston. There's a swing and a miss. Sooners lost in 3 sets to the Cougars. They'll take on Houston again tomorrow. We got this little football game going on Saturday, too. 6 o'clock against West Virginia. The 1-1 is up high. Have you can look on the right forearm of Kirsten Deal. Actually, she has it a little bit more upper on.
On her glove?
On her glove. The digital pitch calling. What have you thought of it?
I have not seen that.
2-2 is lifted deep to left field at the wall. Get out of here, baby! Parker walks it off as the freshman has a night. And the Crimson team wins it. But Coach Gasso, I believe, is going to allow the hitters to continue to hit. So that's ball game. But watching Coach and seeing it, she wants a few of her, like Hannah Core, to get an at-bat here. That would likely clinch MVP 1 tonight for Ella Parker. How about that shot, Destiny?
I mean, she has been on fire tonight with 3 hits, 1 bomb. I mean, I've
got her at 4 hits.
4 hits.
3 singles and now a home run.
Yes, you're right.
No, my scorebook is a disaster.
No,
so
I had the error, but it wasn't an error until after the hit. So, yeah, I misread that. But Ella Parker has been on fire tonight.
So this, with not only the inning win, but the game win, would likely clinch the MVP of the battle series for Hannah Core, who stands in ahead on the count of ball and no strikes. How about that? That almost hit her. So the Crimson team will win this game, but as you and I brought up, a walk-off might cost you a few at bat. So Coach Gasso wants to get a few more swings in here. And why not? Here's the 2-0. Looper, left center, down.
There it is.
She's just
those extra
piling
points.
It on now. And that'll bring Quincy Lilio to the plate. Just strength.
She's seeing the ball so well.
Here's Q. First pitch misses out, ball 1. By the way, we have been talking about the coaches for the Sooners tonight, but let's not forget an important addition, too, who's over in that first base coaching's box. Fale Palima of view now, as the bunt attempt is high. Fale Palima steal. Beyond just, there she is, there's Fale. Oh, she's looked very coachian right there. Kind of pointing, making sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. I see you, Coach. Full-time staff member now. It's one that's lifted to center field. Should be the second out of the inning. Pickering is under it, and it is. And here's Brito.
Brito with 2 hits on the night. Where are her points at?
Let's look here.
562 is what I'm seeing.
Not bad. Coors lead is now 612 to 598, and Hanson can't score any more points. Here's a throw on the run to second, and she is, oh, Hannah Core just lost 10 points. I wonder what effect that could have on the final tally, but what a way to end the game as the Crimson team has won it, and we end it. Wow, what a job on the scoop and tag to end this, and also end the fall ball season, and also potentially end Sooner softball here at Marita Hines Field. Let's look back on the night that was. And it started fast. The great team, the squeeze bunt by Torres scored Pickering. They weren't done. The line drive, Brito just pulled Lumlin off the bag. And then on the steal of third, the ball gets away from Brito. 3-zip.
झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे ना मिली मजा तो खूब गरियाई रे ना मिली मजा तो खूब गरियाई रे भतार तोर भतार तोर भतार तोर खाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे जाइबे जे छोड़ के हमरा तन को ना गम्बा पागल हो जाई तोरा भरम्बा पागल हो जाई तोरा भरम्बा जाइबे जे छोड़ के हमरा तन को ना गम्बा पागल हो जाई तोरा भरम्बा तोरा जैसे ढेर हमरा मिली हार जाई रे तोरा जैसे ढेर हमरा मिली हार जाई रे तोरा जैसे ढेर हमरा मिली हार जाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे भतार तोर भतार तोर भतार तोर खाई रे
म्यूजिक बाय सुकेश राय।
झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे केतन भतार लगे बनबे पवित्र जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर केतन भतार लगे बनबे पवित्र जान जाई सब तोरा का पावे भीतर सुन जे बिहारी से ते करबे ना सगाई रे सुन जे बिहारी से ते करबे ना सगाई रे जाति सुकेश जी से करबे ना सगाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे झूठ समान तो भतार तोर खाई रे
सत्यम रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो खोरी पाकर।